Hello, my name is Benjamin Hart. I'm an American attorney and the Managing Director of Integrity Legal here in Bangkok, Thailand. As the title of this video suggests, we're asking the question, is YouTube shadow banning this channel? I actually found this via Aaron Clary's, it came to my attention initially. I'm a big believer, credit where credit is due. I follow Mr. Clary on Twitter, and I found this via his, I think it's from Disclosed TV, but I found it via his Twitter. So I'll put a link in the description below over to him. That said, quoting directly, the company terminated channel, and this is YouTube quoted, the company terminated channels for repeatedly violating its community guidelines on elections integrity content through 2023 and COVID-19 content through 2024. Yeah, just a side note on this. My decision to not monetize this channel, I always felt like was quite vindicated during COVID because we just kept doing what we were doing. And frankly, I don't mean to be boastful or anything, but I was kind of a lone voice in the dark, especially out here in Southeast Asia in the pits of what I would call the COVID debacle, for lack of a better term. So I felt kind of good about that, but you know, yeah, there were a lot of people that lost a lot during the COVID thing. That's like quoting further. Today, YouTube's community guidelines allow for a wider range of content regarding COVID-19 and election integrity. Well, that's not anything. That's not unfettered speech, is it? Quoting further, reflecting the company's commitment to free expression. YouTube will provide an opportunity for all creators to rejoin the platform if the company terminated their channels for repeated violations of COVID-19 and election integrity policies that are no longer in effect. YouTube values conservative voices. Do they? Do they now? I noticed they had to like specify conservative voices on its platform and recognizes that these creators have extensive reach and play an important role in civic discourse. The company recognizes these creators are among those shaping today's online consumption, landing, quote, must-watch, unquote, interviews, giving viewers the chance to hear directly from politicians, celebrities, business leaders, and more. You know, though, I got to be honest with you. I've been watching my channel and the metrics on it, well, my channel, the firm's channel here, over the past, you know, roughly the last 3 to 5 days. And yeah, I know there's been some stuff, especially folks don't really like my discussions of things like the DTV or the LTR or work authorization sometimes. But I've noticed ever since I did a video about my thoughts on the possibility that Thailand was effectively under attack from foreign financial institutions, yeah, there's been a noticeable, you sort of see the normal arc of viewership and then it like dog legs and just, you know, kind of goes sideways. I have to wonder if if this channel's under some form of shadow ban. Wouldn't be the first time. It's kind of one of the reasons I have it set up the way that I do. I've never been completely driven by the algorithm and I never will be. I'm going to talk about what I want to talk about on here, and I want to talk about things that are pertinent to the expat community, which we're in a niche. I do understand that. And also in the past 2 months, there's been a lot of stuff going on in Thailand that piqued the interest of a lot of people in a way that isn't normally piqued. And as a result, I think I had major spikes of viewership that, you know, has kind of died off a little bit. Now, that being said, you know, again, I do really truly wonder if I'm being shadow banned in many different ways because I see other people, especially folks that I can tell are basically copying my content and basically repackaging stuff that I've done, oftentimes with AI and things, and then they get tens, if not hundreds of thousands of views. I also have serious questions about some of these view counts and who exactly, you know, hundreds of thousands of people are watching videos about, you know, the Thai retirement visa at any given moment. Maybe in a one-off, but you know, having done this for almost a decade now, I have a hard time believing that. You know, at the end of the day, the one nice thing I guess about being shadow banned and, you know, sort of not monetized and not the favorite, if you will, of the YouTube crew or whatever, is at least I know my audience is authentic, and I never thought in a million years, if you go back and watch the first videos and even into the first 3 years when I started even using the term audience, I sort of still am uneasy with that. That wasn't why I did this, to have any kind of an audience. I'm just trying to get information out. Yes, there's a promotional element for the firm, but you know, it's nice to know your audience is authentic. They're real people. They're not really bots or whatever. That said, it's also disconcerting to continue making these videos when you're watching people putting out really just derivative slop or stuff they just straight up stole from you. And they're getting all kinds of love from YouTube, and you just continue, one just continues to plod along. But that said, after reading that, I kind of was sitting here wondering, well, maybe, if they were doing that kind of thing, maybe they're kind of still doing it to me, or have started again doing it to me or this channel, whatever. That being said, I'm not going to stop to quote or paraphrase the late President Franklin Delano Roosevelt, damn the torpedoes, full speed ahead.